Brennon reveals to Emily that in the case of therapy, whether it be individual or couples therapy, it's not going to happen on his watch. Brennan reveals to Emily that in the case of individual therapy or couples therapy, that's not going to happen on his watch.
Well, if he says that divorce is not an option, he got to change that mindset quick, fast, and in a hurry because they need help. And that help is called therapy.
Welcome to Cliff Alert. Today we're going to be talking about Lifetime Network's reality-based TV series, Married at First Sight, season number 17, episode number 10.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please click that like button and send us your comments and share with friends and family. And we thank you and appreciate you for your support. So here we go.
Yeah, this episode began with Emily and Brennan talking in the kitchen about the housewarming get together the night before and how Brennan had conflict with Emily's friends out on the balcony.
How he's allergic to them.
Yeah, a little bit more than that.
He said that they came after him. He complained about that. Emily was really apologetic about her friends because she didn't want him to think that she set the whole thing up. But pretty much she did. She just didn't expect the friends to come with all that heat. So
Yeah, there was a whole lot of fire coming off their
you
tongues.
better believe it. And he said he should not have been so maybe defensive.
Right, and he also admitted that he could have handled it much differently than he did.
Absolutely. Emily took him to a Pilates class
Hmm.
and she was in her element because clearly she works out. She does Pilates. This was his first time.
Right, he had to work out some of that stress from that experience on the balcony.
Right.
Yeah,
So he
I'm
thought
tensed up.
he thought it was harder than it looked.
Hmm.
Yes, it is. You could tell he enjoyed himself and Emily enjoyed him being with her at the class. So later on, we see them having a discussion that Dr. Peel was coming over,
Right,
and Emily said that she still feels a disconnect from him.
right.
And what did he say?
Well, Brennan had an entirely different take because I guess what we would learn later on would be, the fact that he hadn't had
Therapy.
therapy before. But
Uh-huh.
he was suspicious, or expressed suspicion as to what Dr. Pia's motives are. Right?
They were pleasant, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
but he was a little tight. That thing he has about protection, but it really is protecting himself.
Right.
So Dr.
Hurt
Pia,
feelings.
yeah, Dr. Pia asked him to talk about his feelings and his emotions. And he said, well, he didn't want to do that. He didn't want to hurt Emily's feelings. And Emily said that she would prefer hearing what his thoughts and emotions are
Right, because
because she feels like he is, withdrawing from
and
her.
holding back, and not only
Not
that too,
only
but
that, but
she would
she
rather
also
know than not know.
right.
Yeah.
So Dr. P is talking to Emily now, and Emily said that, they're doing better now, but the romance stuff they're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, she actually said that, or articulated that she felt like they were back on track, with the exception of everything except the romantic. She
and
said.
Dr. Pia knew that wasn't true. She was just saying that because Brennan was sitting right next to
Yeah.
her. So Dr. Pia was asking Emily more questions, and all of a sudden, Brennan seemed to want to prevent Emily from answering any in-depth
Take
questions.
control of the scenario and the conversation
Right.
because he didn't like the direction it was proceeding.
And Dr. Pia asked him 3 times, "Hey, I'm speaking to her."
Right, not you,
And
not you.
he looked really salty when he realized that he had to close his mouth and allow Dr. Pia to talk to Emily. And this is when she
And
said,
also importantly, Emily to answer
a
for
question.
herself.
And Emily said, I really would like to hear why he is withdrawing or holding back. He said it had to do with something in the past.
Mm.
And when he said that, I remembered that Emily shared her past with his friends at the wedding.
Yeah, about how she was a
So,
party girl.
She also said on the after party that she started putting on, lingerie and all that stuff, and he's not taking any bite from it. So I think that same situation is moving in his head, who Emily is and how she operated in her past
Right,
and who
and
she probably has been with.
based on what Brennan's buddies kind of were on the receiving end in the way of revelation from Emily, you
This
know,
is why you keep your business to yourself. It saves you a lot of complications.
yeah, it's past,
Exactly.
not present,
Past.
past.
So keep it in the past
And
until you ask the question. You can see that Brennan is struggling with this whole situation with Dr.
yeah,
Pia.
he's very uncomfortable because he realized that he's not in control
Yes.
of the conversation nor the scenario.
And he claims he wants to protect her from, voicing what he's feeling. However, it seemed like he's really trying to protect himself. We pivot now to after Dr. Pia leaves,
Hmm.
and they're getting stuff. They're getting something to eat
Hmm. And talking about.
and talking about the meeting.
Hmm.
And he was a little salty. He understands that she may want to go to therapy because Dr. Pia recommended that they
Hmm.
both go to therapy, because when she asked him about his emotions, he couldn't come up with anything.
Right, because he said he had none, and so
Right.
he didn't understand
And that's
why there was pressure to share them.
and it's because he had no emotions. That's why she recommended that both of them see a therapist individually. That's what she
Right,
said.
starting off, right.
He said basically, you can do whatever you want, but therapy for me is a no go. It's a non
Yeah, it's
starter.
not going to happen. And he nixed that idea because of, I guess, some things that are going on in his head that have nothing to do with what can constructively come out of this if he's not afraid to participate.
Yeah.
Him being able to identify the emotion that he has, one, and two, being able to express them to anybody, and but in particular his wife.
He seems numb to me. I meet with everyone.
Mhm.
And Lauren and Orion came through and they shared that they're now divorced.
Yes.
So all the couples, started really talking about the issues that they're having. He didn't have any romantic feelings towards Emily.
Right.
And what
Okay.
did Emily say?
Yeah, she's obviously clearly frustrated by that, but she also, if I'm not mistaken, has maybe this feeling of, well, how can that be? Because, we did take a shower together, right? Already?
Well, they did a lot of things together, basically,
I'm
but
just saying,
that's
anybody,
where he is right now.
yeah, and the fact that, well, what she revealed about her past is swirling around in the back of his dome,
Yeah.
and that's impacted where he is now and how he feels about certain aspects of their relationship moving forward. On the after party, he said that, I'm at a different place in terms of our intimacy level than Emily is right now.
Yeah, that's why Lauren had to say, well, if if that's the case, you need to share what you're feeling with Emily, because right through here she is doing some gymnastics and she's unsure of herself because he's not sharing what he's actually feeling, and that the truth won't hurt her. I think he heard what Lauren said and digested it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, and I hope they do. He seemed like he's stuck,
Mhm.
and
And
I'm
content to be
not.
there
Yes,
and content to be
yes.
stuck.
And I don't think 8 weeks is going to move him out of that position. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We wish you and yours and your family a very happy holidays
Season, yeah,
and
exactly.
Merry Christmas. We
Hmm.
hope that you have a ball with joy, good food, laughter, children making noise and
Family and
acting up
friends.
and
Family
breaking
and friends.
stuff.
Yeah, the reality is in life, we all, we're only here, but
A moment.
right, a moment in time, and that there's things that we can take with us in the way of memories and experiences that can help us get over those kinds of
Right.
times of sadness and upset, and help us to remember that, hey, look, there was something that those who passed on before us have left for us.
Let
Yes,
this
indeed.
be a memorable time to make some good memories with
Absolutely.
family and friends,
Head-
even those that you don't know.
Heading into 24 with a new perspective and one that's more constructive and more positive and beneficial to not only yourself but anybody who's around you.
Amen.
Mhm.
Have a good one. Bye bye.
See y'all next time.